Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom, but also, apparently, as I looked up right before I started shooting this bad boy, Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe class Scorponok from Beast Wars. Not the big Titan class figure, because this thing is way too small, unless I have a huge desk right now. But yeah, anyway, apparently this idiot is a Buzzworthy Bumblebee one. I did not remember that, but this is also just like all the other Beast Wars figures going up this year. Outside of, any new ones that get released, because I think Quick Strike is getting released, and I'm picking that bad boy up, so, except for, like, that one, like, all the older Beast Wars figures, mainly the ones from Kingdom and Legacy, they were all gifted to me during birthday and Christmas stuff in years past. And also a happy 30-year anniversary for Transformers Beast Wars. I was thinking about what kind of reviews I wanted to give out this year, outside of, obviously, the new stuff, and then I was like, let me look at the anniversaries, and was like, Beast Wars, and yeah, Dark of the Moon, and I was like, alright, yeah, that's it, that's it, and I wanted to do Prime stuff as well. That was the stuff that I personally wanted to do, but here we are with Scorponok, and to be honest, I don't remember you. I hate to say it, but I truly just do not remember much from Beast Wars anymore. I remember way little than I actually thought that I did. I thought I had a decent memory, Waspinator and all that stuff, but then it was like, oh hey, you appeared, apparently. And I also didn't even know Quick Strike appeared, so that was also a bit of a shock for me. But anyway, here he is finally, and also in this new deco, he's looking really good. Because the thing is, the original figure apparently on the black parts has some lighter color. I think it might have been some brown coloring, and I like the black parts more, so let's take you in closer here so that we can look at that noggin of yours, the beautiful head sculpt that we have right here, which I have something to say about as well, but we'll get there in a minute. But you got a new head sculpt right here with the white mouth right there, you got the nice black chest right here, the nice purple, dark purple shoulder pads that kind of look a bit clear plasticky, and I think that they are. And then you got the big claws down here as well, and you also have some nice little stuff here on the upper legs, and then in the lower legs you get some more clear plastic, which actually feels like it is made out of like thicker stuff instead of like thinner stuff, so hopefully that means you will not break. But to be honest, I'm starting to get a little bit weary. And then at the back here you basically have a jumbled up mess of just like, the scorpion parts, because, well, I mean, where else is that supposed to go? And you got the long black tail with the red tip. And yeah, overall he looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of the way that this guy looks. He actually looks pretty cool, but to be honest, I can't help but keep thinking about a monkey whenever I look at his head sculpt. So then let us take a look at his accessories. And the thing is that the accessories are already kind of in him, because if we open up claw number 1, here we have a little thing here, a little projectile missile that he comes with. And if we hopefully I can do this, hopefully I can show this up, but as you can see, it kind of looks like a mosquito fist kind of thingy. But yeah, it is kind of like a tiny little waspinator that he keeps shooting out, which is actually pretty cool. And obviously you can peg in here in his big claw, and then on the other claw, if you open it up, you get a double missile launcher thingy right here. You get like 2 big missiles right there that he can shoot off. I do remember him shooting this off, I think at the Predacon Maximals, not the Predacon, sorry about that one. Actually, you know what, you need to be sideways, otherwise this can't close because of the way that this works. However, this is exactly the only stuff that you get, well, with the original figure. However, because this is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee figure, we can move you off to the side, because we got something else that is new, and that is a new little noggin right here. If you want to look here, we have a new face, and I think this head sculpt might be based off the original figure instead. So what you can do with this guy is pull off the head and put on the new head right there. Obviously you know how it works, ball joint connection and stuff. Oh my god, that was tight to get on. Rotate your head, there you go. You can have him look like this, and the leg fell off. Oops. Oops. My bad. How is this supposed to attach? Let's see here. It seems like this is supposed to attach like this. And then this one here is supposed to attach like this. There you go. But anyway, here you got the new head sculpt. So you can make him look like this if you want to. And if you want to hurt yourself as well. Because, well, that's kind of what happened to me. But there you go. You can have it look like that. But I don't want that. So I'm going to take this off. So I'll be right back, because this is going to be a little bit painful for me. There you go. He's got his head back on. And again, these legs fell off. God, these legs are a bit loose. At least like these two. That's it. Something like that, I guess. I don't know, but here you got the original head, I guess the screen accurate head back on. But overall, it is nice that you get that secondary head that I have actually left at the desk because I don't really care about it anymore. I actually had to search for it. It was a pretty cool head, but to be honest, I'm more about the toon head, you know how it is. So then, let's move straight into the next segment, which is the articulation segment. So that can do a full rotation. You get a bit of up and down, a little bit of tiniest little bit of side to side because of ball joint action. The arms can go fully around, in and out, a bicep swivel and an elbow joint. Claw can obviously open to reveal that, and also rotate down here as well. Then afterwards at the waist, he has a waist rotation, kind of, but like everything kind of here gets in the way, so it's a little bit annoying to use. Legs can go forward and back as well, in and out. Thigh rotation, bend at the knee, and also the feet, they can go up and down a little bit as well. And you obviously have the legend of ankle tailed, so you have some nice articulation with this guy, even if, you know, maybe he looks stupid in poses, I do not know. But there you go, you have all of the articulation that is needed. So then, let us move straight into then SAS comparison, and I didn't really know who to bring out, so we're gonna do this in two parts, starting off with the leader man himself. And when I said with leader man, I meant leader man part 2, because of the fact that I have both Megatron from Beast Wars, and yeah, he looks nice alongside them. So then let's bring in the other Predacons that I am going to be reviewing this year, because they are the only 3 that I still have left to review outside of this guy, because this would make number 4. So then here we have the 4 figures that I am going to review this year. Some of these may have already gone up. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to be uploaded, but these are the 4 reviews that I'm doing this year for Beast Wars, the Predacons anyway, because I got 2 Maximals that I still have to review as well. But they all look pretty good together, so let's get them out of here. Pull you in closer and let's get into that transformation. So let's get good old Scorponok transforms. What you want to do first, you want to move this backwards. Also get this aligned like so, but move this backwards to kind of get it out of the way. Afterwards, what you want to do with the arms is you want to basically bend the elbow and move it off to the side. Bend the elbow, move it off to the side. Then afterwards, we come to a little bit of a difficult part, because what you want to do, you want to come in here, right here in the chesticles, right here. And you basically want to open this up a little bit. Open this up a little bit, and this will allow you to then take the head and rotate it down a little bit. After that, what you want to do with the arms is you want to basically rotate them up all the way, like so. And then afterwards, we can just move this off to the side so that he has that whole thing going on. After that, what you can do with the waist is just you want to untab it from back here. Then afterwards, you want to rotate it a little bit, fold in the heel. Apparently, this one is only one with the... Oh, hey, the heels are differently colored. I didn't even notice that yet. Anyway, what you want to do with this leg, basically, which, well, you want to take this and just shove this more back over here. You want to just double hinge this back here, and then after that, the heel part here, you want to get through that big gap right there. So just try your best in order to finagle this whole thing through. Hope for the best. What I find easier to do is you want to basically fold out the foot so that you can easier guide it through, and then fold the feet all the way up. But you want to make sure that the spike here is sticking out like so. After that, with the other leg, what you want to do, you want to fold this up here like so, and then you want to basically collapse this whole thing along itself. Just push it in here into the chesticles and just fold it up like that. Then you can basically take the scorpion legs like so, rotate them out of the way because we need to be back here, which you want to lift this piece up and then come in here and rotate out the bug head like so. Also keep the arms towards the side. And what you want to do with this, you want to basically close this back up like so, so that he has that legendary scorpion head. And then afterwards, what you can do with the side legs here is you can just splay them out. So just like push it out like so, get all the legs kind of on the ground and associated with the floor as well. Don't worry, the floor is not necessarily lava, however it might be, who's to say. But then you want to basically rotate this whole thing around, get the arms out again. And then basically here we have good old Scorpion mode. Does this really not go any further down? But here we got Scorponok in his Scorpion mode. smooth after all that was said and done. So here we got Scorponok in his Scorpion mode, and overall it's a pretty good looking Scorpion mode. Just some annoyances with the fact that if you don't have this leg pushed in all the way, it doesn't really want to sit flush in that sense, and even then it's still not necessarily sitting flush. But whatever, here we got the Scorpion mode, and it is a very nice looking Scorpion mode. And to be honest, I'm actually happier I got the Buzzworthy Bumblebee one, because the darker colors I feel like add something to this boy. Megatron is also looking like about to fall over and stuff like that, so there's a little bit of an annoyance. But anyway, here he is, and he looks really good. So let's take a bit of a closer look. I love the purple claws that he has at the front here. Obviously, they can still open up and still house the weaponry or accessories that he comes with. Then here in the back, you got this black back, which looks really cool all the way up to the tail. You got the red legs just out and about being just red legs. You love to see it. You got a red tip here for the Scorpion tail as well. You got some purple in here, which can sometimes be a little bit of an annoyance. I also kind of wish that this idiot tabbed together a bit better, because of the fact that nothing he really, like, this whole leg assembly at the bottom here just does not tab in at all. I really wish there were extra tabs in order to hold this together a lot better, because even here, I don't know if I did this entirely correctly, to be honest, but whatever, doesn't really matter. And then you got the nice Scorpion head right here with the teeth right there, which are probably full of poison if I had to think of anything. But also you got the nice red eyes. It's just a really nice looking bug mode. You love to see the bug mode looking good, okay? Because some of these are just, well, some of these, I guess. But it's nice to see that not everyone decides to phone in a little, you know, beast mode. So then, with that being said, obviously the weapon storage is right in here. You got this weapon that stores right in this claw, and obviously you got this weapon that stores right in this claw. And to be honest, because of the fact that the original one never came with an alternate head, which, by the way, I am a big fan of the fact that they included an alternate head. That way that was really the only reason why I was able to add this to my list for birthday and Christmas, because of the fact that if he came with his, like, toy head, then I wouldn't have wanted him at all, because I need the show accurate head for the collection. So I like the fact that he comes with an alternate head that is actually the toy head, so that you can mix and match if you want to, even put that head on the original figure if you want to. Love that stuff. But then afterwards we don't really have anything else, because, you know, it's already attached. So then let's go into articulation segment then, because obviously we got beast mode, and beast modes have articulation. So what you can do with these is you can rotate it up here, you got to swivel over here, and also you can rotate it here as well. You can move the Scorpion claw around, obviously open and close as you normally do with Scorpion. Actually, I don't know if you do that. It might be a little bit weird if you were the one who did that. What are you doing to Scorpions, you sick bastard? Then afterwards, obviously each of these legs can move because of, you know, ball jointed stuff, and to be honest, some of these are a little bit loose, which I hate. This is actually new. Now, I think this idiot was actually part of a set. God only knows what kind of a set this idiot was a part of, but he was part of a set. I don't know who the other ones were. Maybe it was Goldbug, a figure that I actually do own, but who's to say? I don't know at all. But let's just say I bought this idiot separate, or at least I got this idiot separately, because the site that I use for purchasing of Transformers figures, sometimes with a lot of sets, likes to sell them separately as well. And then they will take the highly anticipated item, for example Goldbug, and charge it up towards like leader class price point, and then this idiot just gets to be $10 because of that kind of stuff. So that's why this idiot was cheaper. But each of the bug modes can move their legs. Not really much articulation. You just have the ball joint here, here, and here. Just how you do. And this tail only really moves up here, not down here, because this is where the whole leg kind of goes inside of. So you have some articulation, not all of the articulation. It would have been nice if you had all of the articulation, but sadly enough, you don't. So then let's move you straight into the back, because now it's time for size comparison. Starting off, obviously, with the leaders. My goodness, transforming this Megatron was hell. I hate transforming that guy. I really do, because of all the soft plastic that makes tapping things together really difficult. But here they all are together, looking really, really nice. So then let's bring in the other reviews of 2026. So then here we got Scorponok with the other reviews from this year that will be coming out this year. Looking really nice, but I mean, look at this and look at these two, okay? These two basically phone in their other modes, but to be honest, the robot mode is really all that matters with those guys. But still, look at the way that hey, look at me, look at this idiot who's going to be an eventual or is already out of view, who's to say. But anyway, here they all are together, looking nice, so let's get them out of here. And you thought I forgot, but I actually did not. I saved this guy for last. Here we got Scorponok next to Kit from Knight Rider, looking really good as well next to Kit from Knight Rider. So let's get the Kit out of here. Pull you in closer and let's get into that reverse transformation. Alright, so let's get Scorponok back into his robotic mood. So what you want to start off with, obviously, is very simple. You want to take this leg right here and pull it out from in there. Then after that, you want to push on the heel here in order to basically make sure you can grab this in order to pull out this leg as well. Rotate this down, fold out the feet as you normally do, and then we'll leave that for now because we'll deal with that later, because now we're going to take the crotch and you want to undo it from in here and just rotate it more like so. And then you can rotate the crotch around, rotate the legs so that they are facing the front, and there we go. We got that whole situation done. After that, what you want to do with these, well, first actually, what you want to do is you want to take this and lift this section here up, fold the head in, close this whole thing along the back. Right, so then what you want to do with these legs is you want to basically rotate these things all the way around because of the fact that they are supposed to be on his back and all that stuff, and they should not be in the way of everything. Bit rude, to be honest, if you're in the way. And then after that, you know, you could kind of lift this up as well. But what you want to do here is you want to take the arm and rotate it off to the side. Also push these legs in, I said. But rotate the arms off to the side. Rotate the arms all the way up here to the side. Push the head. Open this up. Push the head up. Close the chest back up. And then what you want to do with this crotch piece here and put it in between here, and that is kind of what's keeping the chest open, annoyingly enough. Why?
Because I am an idiot. Because what you're supposed to do with that waist is you actually have to push it back. There's actually a tab on the back and you have to push it in. Now the reason that I'm not recording that is because of the fact that the camera battery is, well, it's empty. Let's just say that, and it would take hours to recharge, and I want to get this bad boy done now, before I go to bed. So, I'm explaining it like this, but yeah, push it back and click it into place. That way, the chest will be able to close, and everything will be peachy, okay? So, I'm just an idiot.
Alright, I've tried to look up. I'm doing everything correctly. This whole segment here just does not want to work anymore, apparently. Sure, why not? The head likes to keep popping off as well, which annoys me too. But anyway, here we have good old Scorponok back in his robotic mood. If we can get this idiot to stand. So, final thoughts of Scorponok. What do I think about him? Well, it's a little bit difficult to explain this, my thought process. Because before I really started messing with him, I was actually a fan of this guy. He looked good in both modes, but now for some reason the waist joint doesn't want to tab in and wants to keep just going down. The chest does not want to stay together. So it has kind of soured my experience a little bit. But this could also just be mold degradation because of the fact that this is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee one. But I don't think you really get mold degradation after one go. But the question comes, would I recommend this guy? That is really where the difficulty comes into play, because in the beast formers, there are a lot better beast formers out there. I've had a lot more fun with characters like Cheetor, you know, than this guy. So then we need to turn to the other question, which is he worth it? Is he worth the deluxe class price point? And overall, I will say yes. Now, the thing is, this is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee one, which has a better paint job, you know, but I still think the original one is actually worth the deluxe class price point. So would I recommend him? If you see this guy and you're a fan of Beast Wars Scorponok and, you know, you see him for like deluxe class price point, yeah, sure, why not? Pick him up, you know, he's not a bad figure. Let's just go with that one, okay? He's not a bad figure. But that has been my review of Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom / Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Class Scorponok.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!